At first, Gumball looks like a normal kids show. A blue cat, talking fish, funny jokes, a little chaos. But then, out of nowhere, you see Nicole reliving her childhood trauma, or Darwin getting flushed down a toilet, or Rob getting erased from existence like he never mattered. That's when you realize this show isn't just funny, it's kinda messed up. So today, we're looking at the moments that made us pause, rewind, and ask, wait, did that actually happen? These are the top 20 darkest Gumball moments you totally forgot because your brain was trying to protect you. Let's start simple. Darwin was flushed down a toilet, and I don't mean cartoon flushed. I mean he was abandoned, confused, and traumatized in the sewer, hallucinating trash creatures, nearly dying from eating up his tail. You'd think this would break him, but no. Darwin decides he's not done. Love powers him through the pipes. He grows lungs, legs, a sense of identity, all from heartbreak. And this is just number 20. Speaking of trauma, remember Rob? The villain who's not really a villain? He's the only one who figures it out. The world is fake. Elmore is a simulation, and everyone's just laughing through it. So he tries to stop it, and Gumball tosses him into the void. That's not a timeout. That's cartoon limbo. Deleted files. Eternal suffering. Rob spends the rest of the series glitching through walls, losing his mind, and nobody helps him. The scariest part? He's the only one who's right. Remember that dinner scene? The one with flying mashed potatoes and Richard tenderizing the air? Yeah, Nicole freezes time and has a full-blown midlife crisis. She flashes back to every mistake, every fork in the road. We're talking anime rejections, cults, plastic surgery breakdowns. One version of her dies from hugging too hard. Another turns into Banana Bob. She literally becomes her high school bully. This isn't what if, it's what would have killed me faster. And when she comes back to reality, she just says, I wouldn't change a thing. That's not growth, that's repression. Gumball finds a notebook filled with drawings of his friends. Cool, until we realize they're all dead, decapitated, mutated, eyes missing, blood dripping. Banana Joe didn't draw fan art, he drew war crimes. And the worst part, nobody says anything. No one calls a counselor. Gumball just gives the book back and backs away slowly. We all laughed, but deep down, we were scared. Darwin just wants to be Gumball's sidekick. That's it, loyal fish boy energy. But Gumball doesn't want a sidekick. He wants someone cool. And in the final act, he straight up says, I never wanted you. You can literally see Darwin's soul leave his body. He doesn't cry. He just accepts it. That's not a comedy punchline. That's abandonment trauma in a hoodie. Gumball hugs Hot Dog Guy once, by accident. What follows is 11 minutes of spiraling cringe. They can't stop running into each other. The hug becomes a curse, a loop, a nightmare. There's a thunderstorm, a candlelit dinner. One of them wakes up in the other's house, and then they sing together. This episode isn't just weird, it's a spiral of social anxiety. The more they try to avoid it, the worse it gets. It's the kind of thing you remember at 3 a.m. and physically cringe. Gumball dies, like actually dies. Gumball gets sucked into the void, not as a gag, not for laughs, just gone. He realizes he's not the main character, he's a mistake, and then deleted. Darwin breaks time using a remote control, literally rewrites the episode, and brings him back. So Gumball's soul, gone. His identity, erased. His return, a reboot. This is some WandaVision level breakdown. And then they just move on. Sarah gets a notebook that turns fanfiction into reality. She immediately ships Gumball and Darwin. Suddenly, the world becomes a chaotic romance anime. Characters get rewritten. Logic breaks. The town collapses under the weight of shipping wars. Darwin becomes a blushing damsel. Gumball has a love triangle. Banana Joe sings a heartbreak ballad. And in the end, Sarah rewrites the whole thing again by drawing a blank page. This wasn't an episode. This was a fandom meltdown, animated in real time. Gumball and Darwin meet puppets. Cute, right? Until the puppets brainwash them, drain their color, speak in reverse demonic voices. Darwin eats one. Gumball becomes one. This episode is shot like a found footage horror short. There are no jokes, no reset, just vibes. And they are cursed. Elmore is a loop, a simulation. Purgatory, the proof everywhere. Nobody ages. Time doesn't pass. Nothing changes. Characters fall into voids and return fine. Rob's the only one who remembers, and he's slowly going mad. He tries to fix it. No one believes him. He's deleted, forgotten. Meanwhile, the world resets, and Gumball smiles. It's not just a cartoon, it's a trap. Mr. Small realizes the school is lying, the food is fake, the lessons don't matter. The kids are just numbers in a system. So what does he do? He strips naked, hides in the vents, and rants about conspiracy theories with a tinfoil hat. It's funny, until you realize he's crying. Mr. Small went from vegan yoga guru to full-on doomsday prepper in 11 minutes. and we just moved on like it was nothing. Episode, The Schooling. Gumball tries to stand up to bullies, but then he becomes one. He starts mocking people, acting tough, loving the attention. When he realizes what he's doing, he tries to stop, but everyone treats him like a joke. He gets called weak. He gets laughed at. Even Darwin joins in. This wasn't a lesson about bullying. It was a breakdown of peer pressure, toxic masculinity, and losing yourself trying to fit in. Clayton lies. That's his thing. But this episode, it's not funny. He makes up stories because he doesn't know who he is. Every lie is a cry for attention. Every fake adventure is covering up the fact that he's scared of being ignored, of being nothing. At one point, he pretends to be kidnapped by himself. That's not funny. That's a cry for help. The family gets stuck in a video game. At first, it's all fun. Cool powers, jokes, pixel art. Then the game breaks. The world starts glitching. The family turns into pixels. Gumball watches everyone freeze, warp, disappear. He's the last one left. And then even he goes. No reset, no escape, just static. Richard wants to buy a present, but the pressure builds. Sales, advertisements, money, decisions. He panics, he spirals. He ends up screaming at toys, crying in a shopping cart, and breaking down in front of his kids. It's played for laughs, but this is anxiety, overload, capitalism-induced breakdown. This man just wanted to buy a gift. Instead, he lost his grip on reality. You think Gumball's home life is chaotic until you meet Nicole's parents. They show up, act all supportive, then immediately turn cold, judgy, controlling. And Nicole, she becomes a terrified child again in front of them. The most powerful mom in Elmore crumbles into silence because of unresolved trauma. And the kids, they have to trick her parents into being decent people just so Nicole can smile again. This isn't a family reunion. It's emotional warfare disguised as dinner. Penny finally shows her true form. Not a peanut with antlers. Something glowing, magical, shape-shifting. But instead of feeling free, she feels exposed. She panics. The town treats her like a monster. Even Gumball doesn't handle it well. For a show about being yourself, this episode shows how terrifying that can actually be. Penny's transformation isn't just physical. It's about identity, fear of rejection, and what it means to be seen for who you really are. Masami, the rich cloud girl, gets dumped by Alan. She says she's fine, but then it starts raining, thunder, lightning, tornadoes. Turns out her emotions literally control the weather, and she's heartbroken, jealous, and furious. The entire school suffers because she can't express her feelings. This isn't just a sad breakup. It's a metaphor for bottling up emotion until it explodes. On everyone. Episode The Flower. Leslie is replaced, forgotten, ignored. So he snaps. He kidnaps Gumball and Darwin, tries to force them to love flowers again, and delivers an eerie music number that slowly turns into a villain monologue. He's not evil. He's desperate. This flower just wanted attention. But what he got was a full psychological meltdown. The last episode of Gumball wasn't a goodbye. It was a warning. A new principal arrives. He forces everyone to become normal. No more cartoons. No more chaos. Just human rules. Characters lose their designs, their personalities, their free will. Even Gumball is about to be converted, until Rob tries to save him. But Rob fails, falls into the void again, screaming. And then it cuts to black. That's the end. No closure, no fix, just silence. Gumball didn't end. It vanished. Just fade. So yeah, Gumball made us laugh, but sometimes it made us flinch. If you made it this far, you're either deeply nostalgic or mildly disturbed. Either way, hit subscribe, because next time we're going even deeper. And remember, the void is always watching.